Hello, you're welcome to Grand Skill Catering Institute. My name is Chef Ogechimeke. Today we'll be bringing to you how to make your mixed vegetable curry sauce. For today's class, the ingredients we're going to be using is 1. Our chicken is already washed and cleaned. You have your chicken. The next thing we'll be using is green peas. If you have the already processed one, is in the can, but if you have the fresh one, what you do is simply boil it with a little salt so that it will be soft. Then the next thing we'll be using is green beans. The green beans here is optional. If you don't like it, you can also skip it. Another thing we'll be using is our carrots. We have our stock cube, the onion. You can also use white onion if you like. We have our curry powder, we have black pepper, and we'll be using mushroom for this food. We also have our green pepper. You can also add red bell pepper if you like. If you also have access to yellow bell pepper, there's nothing wrong in mixing all together. But today I'll be working with green bell pepper. Another ingredient here is our thyme. You can use your herbs like thyme or rosemary, any one that you have access to. You can work with it. And we'll be using our corn flour as a thickener for this special food. So the first thing we are going to do is to put our chicken in a pot. Put the chicken. Then I'm going to add 1 cube of stock cube. I'll add black pepper. Black pepper like 1 teaspoon. Then I'll add curry powder. As the name implies, mixed vegetable curry sauce simply means that I'll be using a lot of curry powder for this food. Now I'm going to add thyme to it. If you are using rosemary, this is also the time to add it. So having mixed everything together, I will add a little salt, like half a teaspoon. Then I'm going to add water to this. First of all, I'm going to add little water to it to steam it a little. But later, I'm going to add more water. So I'm adding just a little, like this. Very little. Then I'll stir it. I'll cover it and allow it to cook. The next thing I'm going to do is to cut my vegetables. And the carrot, I'm going to scrape it to remove the dirt from the body. So after scraping the back, the next thing is to wash the carrots.
Thank you for choosing Grand Skills as your #1 online free professional course creator. For your notice, I want you to know that the instructor of this course has put in so much effort, time and money just to create this content for you to learn all for free. So please do well to click on the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so you will be the first to get our video tutorials we'll be posting at all time. Also give it a thumbs up and drop a comment to help us improve more. Thank you.
So I'm going to cut the carrots and slice it to any shape you want. But make sure you cut it very nicely. So when it comes out in the pot, it will look attractive. So I'm going to slant it like this. The carrot does not really need to be small. Cut it big so that it will come out. Be careful with your hand while cutting so you don't injure yourself. I know someone might be asking, can we actually grate this carrot? No, you don't need to grate it. If you use your grater, the carrot is going to look very tiny. It might also melt in the sauce. So you don't need to grate it. You simply dice it. You can cut in tiny cubes, any shape at all that you like. So while we're doing this, let me quickly check my pot. If you look at the chicken now, the water is almost dried up. So I'm going to add enough water to it now, the water that will enable us cook the king. Just add water to cover the chicken. I'm going to add more water. Okay. I'll quickly cut my vegetables. The carrot is very, very necessary. Make sure you cut and use enough carrots for it. So the next thing I will do is to cut my mushrooms. You don't need to cut it too tiny. You can divide it in twos or in three, depending on what you want. Okay. The next thing I will do is to cut my green bell pepper. If you are using both red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, you can cut all of them together and remove the inside, then I'll wash. So what I'll do is to dice it in strips. And I'll cut my green beans. I told us earlier that green beans is optional. If you don't like it, you can also skip it. Since it's called mixed vegetable curry sauce, simply means that you can mix any edible vegetable with it. So let me still check my pot. Okay, now the meat is boiling. So what I will do is to turn off the light to enable me finish cutting my vegetables. So the green beans, you remove the top and remove the tail. Then you cut. Alright, I've removed the top and the tail of the green beans, so I'm going to cut it. It does not really need to be tiny, it's supposed to be big. When you are buying, make sure you buy fresh vegetables. Don't buy the one that have stayed long in the market. You can divide your peas in 3 and 2, depending on how long it is. If you don't also like it, I told you can as well skip it. It's not everyone that like it. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut my onion. You can use white onion too. Alright, I'm going to cut the onion. Does not really need to be tiny. Cut it big. It's mixed vegetable curry sauce. The vegetables are supposed to be same. Alright, that's my onion. So now I'm going to mix the corn flour in water. You just need 1 spoon of corn flour. That's what we'll be using as our thickening. Okay, now we'll go over to the cooking. All right, I'll just turn off the lights. So this is our chicken. As we know, when we started, the first thing we did was to steam the chicken. We steamed it with stock cube, black pepper, curry powder, and salt. When the chicken finished steaming, we added extra water to it. So that's what we're seeing here. So now I'm still going to add little more water and allow it to cook. Look at how it is. So I'll cover it and allow it to boil. Once the rice starts boiling, I'll continue. All right, we are going to check the pot. Now the chicken is boiling. The next thing I'm going to do now is to add my curry powder. Like as we said, it's mixed vegetable curry sauce. So we need a lot of curry inside. So I'm going to still add my black pepper to it. You don't need to add much. I don't have much. That's why I put in all. What I have inside is just 1 tablespoon of each. Then I'll stir it. So the next thing I'll add is my stock cube. I'm adding 2 cubes. You know, we added 1 before. So this time we're adding 2. And I'm going to add ½ teaspoon of salt. ½ teaspoon of salt. You have to be careful with salt so your food don't get too salty. So I'm going to stir it and allow it to boil for like 3 seconds. I'll allow it for 3 seconds before I continue. All right. So look at it, your chicken is boiling. The next thing I'll add is my vegetables. Anyone can come first. I just added the mushroom and the green bell pepper. So I'm going to add the green beans and my onion. You can as well select your chicken out. Later you put it back. So your chicken does not get too soft. If you find it difficult selecting the chicken after adding the vegetables, you can remove the chicken first before adding the vegetables. Okay, so I'll add my carrots and green peas. Cover the pot and allow it to boil for like 5 minutes before I continue. All right. Now our food is boiling. The aroma is going everywhere. So the next thing I will do now is to add my chicken. After adding the chicken, I will stir it. And finally, I'm going to add corn flour. When we started, I showed you, I just measured 1 spoon of corn flour inside water. So this is what we have here. I'm going to pour it in the food. Once you pour it, you notice the soup will start getting strong, thicker. You don't need to overcook your vegetables. So this is the work of the corn flour. If you look at it, you see that it's getting thicker. So at this point, I will just cover the pot for 1 minute and the food is ready. All right. So at this point, you can also test for salt. If there's no salt, you can add the salt. This is nice. Our food is ready. This is our mixed vegetable curry sauce. I hope you like it. This is how it is. You can eat it with your white rice, with your braised rice, anyhow you want it. Very nice and very delicious. I hope you try it. I'm going to dish it out. I'm using white rice for it. All right, this is our mixed vegetable curry sauce. I hope you like it. My name is Chef Ogechimweke. Hope to see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you for choosing Grand Skills as your #1 online free professional course creator. For your notice, I want you to know that the instructor of this course has put in so much effort, time and money just to create this content for you to learn all for free. So please do well to click on the subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so you will be the first to get our video tutorials we'll be posting at all time. Also give it a thumbs up and drop a comment to help us improve more. Thank you.